There are all sorts of right-wingers who are trying to undermine the one adult in the room when Donald Trump is doing these COVID-19 press briefings, and that's Dr. Anthony Fauci. He's the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. He's the one who really goes out of his way to clean up Trump's messes and his misinformation, and he's the one that we turn to when we want factual information about what's going on with this virus. Well, since he is undermining Trump, according to some insane right-wingers and conspiracy theorists, well, then he must be part of some deep state conspiracy. And so the latest report on this is actually a really good piece done by BuzzFeed News. And they're reporting that these people are falsely claiming that Fauci is working with Hillary Clinton and the deep state to cause an economic collapse and discredit President Donald Trump. So I want to give you a few examples, including this one QAnon supporting conspiracy theorist who somehow has a radio show. His name is Bill Mitchell. And on March 3rd, he tweeted the following about Fauci. So this Dr. Fauci is pushing the panic button today, always helpful, talking about closing schools and businesses. Well, why don't we just shut down the whole country over 104 sick, 6 dead? Sorry, President Trump, but replace this crackpot. Yeah, so the doctor who has, served as director since the Reagan administration is the real crackpot here, not Trump or the insane people who believe in QAnon.
There's so many crazy things that they're saying about Fauci now. One of the things is a video where he is calmly talking about H1N1 influenza in 2009 when Obama was president. And they're saying, aha, he seems calm there, but he's in a panic here. Perhaps he's calm there because that epidemic was handled in a really professional, smart, calm, reasonable way where it did not rage out of control throughout the country. That might be a giant difference because we actually had a smart president who didn't blow it, who didn't make mistake after mistake after stupid mistake like Donald Trump. And that one did not go out of control. This one is completely out of control. So that might be a giant difference. And then when he contradicted Trump on whether a potential cure worked or not, he was right on the facts. And yet Mitchell says that is exactly what a Hillary plant would do. Well, maybe there's some truth to that because I suppose someone working for Hillary Clinton would actually get the science correct. So if he got it wrong, like Donald Trump did, would he then not be a Hillary Clinton plant? These people are all total, utter lunatics.
Yeah, absolutely. And what it does, and I've been seeing this, and we certainly see it in a lot of conservative parts of the country, people aren't taking the virus seriously. And by the way, Anthony Fauci is always calm. I mean, he's calm during these press briefings when I would lose my mind. Anyone, with any emotion would lose their minds. But he always remains calm, even during these press briefings when Donald Trump lies to the public and also promotes things that haven't even been proven as safe for Americans to do or for Americans to take in order to protect themselves from coronavirus. Fauci is the one who ends up cleaning that mess, and he always does it calmly. What they don't like is that Fauci has the audacity to try to correct the record so Trump's misinformation doesn't spread throughout the country and actually end up hurting people. That's what they don't like about Fauci. I mean, these people are so irresponsible and so pathetic, and it's not just Mitchell. So apparently there's an American thinker, and they published a piece titled, Anthony Fauci, the NIH's face of the coronavirus, is a deep state Hillary Clinton loving stooge. And then, by the way, when it comes to Trump overall, I'm always curious about how his supporters and some of these conspiracy theorists, try to deal with how he changes his message depending on what benefits him at any given moment. So he didn't take it seriously in the beginning. Trump did not take it seriously. And then once he realized that minimizing it or pretending like it doesn't exist isn't going to help him and he needs to take it somewhat seriously, how do people take him, believe anything he says? Well, QAnon, according to BuzzFeed News, has been very fluid in the way that they've handled Donald Trump and defended him. At first, They theorized that the virus was a bioweapon created by former Microsoft CEO Bill Gates. Then, following remarks last month from radio show host Rush Limbaugh, a sizable contingent suggested that the virus was actually a deep state hoax meant to damage Trump politically. Right? So they just move along with what works at any given moment in an effort to defend Donald Trump. Look, we have a real mental health issue in this country. Like, I think that's the big elephant in the room. Okay. We have people who need to seek, mental health care, mental health treatment. And a lot of them have programs of their own. They have platforms of their own, and they're spreading incredibly dangerous misinformation out there that gets people hurt in a country filled with guns, but more importantly, also spreads the type of misinformation that makes people minimize something as serious as COVID-19.
And there's more. So on 4chan, they're saying that Fauci might be part of a global Jewish cabal.
Obviously, yeah. That's what's
happening. I never for 1 second I didn't think about what Fauci is ethnically, but now that they've forced me to think about it, isn't that an Italian name? Why is he? I have no idea. But instantly, if someone is in their minds doing something wrong, Jewish cabal, it's insanity on top of it. And of course, same chat group within 4chan, pedophile. Fauci's a pedophile. Okay, Okay, so look, like. Some of them, I know, are stupid kids who think, oh, this is so funny to smear people as pedophiles and do anti-Semitic memes, etc. And we're living rent-free inside your head. You see how frustrated they are that we're trying to destroy people's lives. Ha 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 ha. Okay, first of all, there's something deeply wrong with you, and go see a therapist right away. Second of all, other deranged people actually believe you. I don't know if the person who wrote it is deranged or if they're doing it for laughs to trigger deranged people into doing potentially violent actions against actual scientists. But it's not just 4chan, it's not just QAnon. We have a former GOP Senate candidate in Massachusetts spreading insanity right now. He got blocked on Twitter for doing a video about something called How to Kill Coronavirus. And in the video, he tells people to breathe in hot air from hair dryers because that'll work. Okay. Newsflash, doesn't work. That's why he was banned. And of course, he has his own insane theories about Fauci. He calls him Emperor Fauci. And he says, oh, sorry, to be more accurate, Deep State Emperor Fauci. So at least now we found out who the leader of the deep state is. It's apparently Fauci. I don't know why they put him in front of the TV cameras. Usually they work behind the scenes. And then he says, of course, he's doing hashtag fake science, as opposed to the brilliant correct science this idiot has of just put the hot air from the hairdryer up your nose and that'll cure coronavirus.
Yeah, I just keep thinking about how the trolls got elected, right? Like the trolls are in the executive branch, and that empowers the very conspiracy theorists that prop them up. And it's people are losing their lives right now because of Trump's incompetence and his unwillingness to listen to advice from actual experts. By the way, I did a live video on a breaking story today. We didn't cover it in the main show, but I wanted to mention it in the context of this story as well. Trump sent out a letter to governors indicating that he wants certain states to loosen their guidelines or their, social distancing guidelines on coronavirus, because he believes that some states are worse off than others. And so the states that don't have high numbers of coronavirus patients should loosen those restrictions, which is so stupid. So stupid.
To your point, Anna, we elected King Troll. He was king of the trolls, Donald Trump. And he was also the king of the conspiracy theorists. He is literally patient zero in spreading the conspiracy theory about Obama's birth certificate and how he wasn't born in this country. A deeply racist, maniacal conspiracy theory that was not based in any fact. You remember when Trump said, I have my investigators going to Hawaii. They're finding out amazing things. Those investigators never came back from Hawaii. I don't know what happened in Hawaii, but they never found a goddamn thing because it was always a total and utter lie. We elected a pathological liar and a person with deep psychological problems. He's now infected his own base, and they have deep psychological problems. They believe in saying things like this. And so now when he tells the states to loosen the restrictions, no, you moron. It's going to get worse inside the country now, in the internal states, because when people travel, you have two problems with internal states, okay? That's going to happen soon. Number one, almost no testing there. And you know why, right, guys? Because rich people get the testing more, and they live mainly on the coast. Even within LA, do you know the place that's getting that has the most cases? Brentwood. Brentwood is as rich as Beverly Hills, if not richer. It's one of the richest places in the country. So why is Brentwood getting so many of the diseases? No, they're getting tested more because they're rich, okay? Ain't nobody getting tested in Kentucky unless they're about to die. So you have no idea how bad it is in the internal states. Plus, when people travel, they bring disease with them. And especially now that Trump's telling them, the red states, you got this, man. It's no big deal. In fact, a guy who's evangelical, who thought it was a hoax and was telling everybody online, oh, don't believe this nonsense. He just got coronavirus and died. That's a separate story that I'll do for you guys later on youtube.com/TYT and on TYT.com. So last thing on this, speaking of the internal states, Louisiana, now one of the worst rates of coronavirus in the country and in the world in terms of how quickly the cases are mounting. The hospitals are getting overrun. In one nursing home alone, the disease ran through the whole nursing home. Almost everybody got infected. Already 37 people in that one nursing home have died.
Jesus.
There's a second nursing home on the coast. I believe it's in New York. Same exact number. 37 dead in one nursing home alone. Like, I guess it's because it's happening to older folks and to folks who aren't celebrities and really wealthy. So it's invisible to them. And now Trump is basically saying, go out and party in the red states. Everything's going to be fine. It's all you're going to do is get more people killed in the red states. And I don't want anybody to take this wrong. We're doing the exact opposite. We're trying to save your lives in the red states. Don't go and end social distancing now. It's a disaster for you and your family.